Hi, this is Brian Whitaker at Wits End Ranch. I've got a video here that actually I did this the same day as the mending fences and bringing down mineral video I did. But what I do is for several years now, I do what I call just journaling videos. So I'll take the camera out where it's just for me. And in this case, I'm just going through the pasture and making notes, sometimes mental notes, and obviously notes in my video journal about what I'm seeing, what I'd like to see, what I could do differently. And, I was watching this video and I thought, if nothing else, you could mute this and just watch Copper in his ears and his head out in the pasture here. You can watch it in that way. It's pretty soothing. It's not always very soothing when you're looking at the pasture like this, and it's been very dry for several years here, which is uncommon. You kind of just look and go, boy, you're kind of seeing the warts and all here with all these weeds, and do the best I can to manage it. I don't spray any chemicals. I don't do any synthetic or off the ranch fertilizer. All the fertilizer comes from the animals that I compost and spread back on the fields that I can. But it's been a challenge the last couple of years. It's actually 3 or 4 even. And you see a lot of these weeds, but it's more of a management thing that I've committed to, and using the cattle to my benefit, and the horses. And try not to overgraze, let it rest longer. We have such a short growing season, it feels like, here up in the great north in Minnesota, that it's a challenge not to get them out there and graze. But I did a pretty good job of that this year. And this was taken, I think, in August 17th, and it's currently October 25th. And it's fortunately some rains came. In fact, we're still getting rain now. Could have really used it in the summer, but nature does what it does. And the pastures have improved. And in fact, this spot here where we're at, took the cattle off of that a few weeks ago, and it's actually grown back a little bit even in the late growing season here. But it's just kind of nice to ride around, check it out. Copper, he's so eager. He's such a unique horse. People always ask, what's your favorite horse? I don't have one. I just don't. They're all unique in their own way. I do have certain ones I use for certain things more, there's no doubt, but a lot of times I use them and they get really good about it, so then I use them more, and it's that cycle. So sometimes I've got to switch it up. But he's a horse I can pretty easily take a video on. When you're doing this, it's on my phone, and you got one hand recording, and I'm thinking about what's going on. I'm always aware of my horse, but I'm not always, thinking about maybe if a pheasant flies up or a deer runs by. You can see it was pretty windy this day. I just love watching his ears. You never have to wonder what Copper's thinking. He's very expressive. The ears tell a lot. Just real content, nice cadence here of moving out. I got a coffee mug that I made with Copper's picture. Like I said, generally all these videos and all my pictures come from my phone, and I buy one of the cheaper phones I can buy because I break them a lot. And so one morning I walked out to the pasture and checking on everything, and boy, the sun was gleaming through the mist, the fog, and Copper was standing there just so nice. And I thought, I'll take a picture. And I think it was Dee kind of in the foreground here of this picture. And it turned out really nice. So I made a coffee mug out of it. I've got that on my store. That's in the links in this video. But it's not an imperfection in the mug. It's a little bit grainy, this picture. But I thought it was I thought it so much captured copper that I just needed to make a mug out of it, a coffee mug even for myself, and one of my favorites. And it's got my Wits End Ranch BKW Horsemanship logo on the other side of it, but put a picture of that mug right here so you can take a look at it. It's copper in his ears. What a beautiful morning. And that was no filter or anything. Just straight off the picture and uploaded it. Like I said, it's not the perfect quality just because of my phone and the way the sun shined through, but I thought it really captured. Sometimes I'll just see something that really captured their personality. So that's that fence that I was fixing in a previous video, and now you can see this pasture too, very short. So now I'm going to take these cattle off this pasture. You can still see the lines from the rows where it was planted into, first it was cover crops. So this pasture where I'm at now, previously for many years was row crops. Corn one year, soybeans the other, soybeans, corn. Sometimes they get really original and do corn and then soybeans, and then sometimes it's soybeans, and so you get my picture. It's all row crop, just 1 year corn, 1 year soybeans. That's it. That's mostly what they do around here for the most part. And so after it was corn 1 year, we put some cover crops, several cover crops. Cover crops meaning something to get nice quick cover to get the soil so it's not bare, outcompete the weeds before the grasses come. I also planted grasses. We had sunflowers, turnips. There was like 6-7 different things, and it was an interesting experiment, but it's been very dry since then, and it's still, I do unroll hay. That helps to get some seed out here, but it's a long process of trying to manage this. It doesn't take long for them to eat it down because, like I said, it's still kind of growing in rows instead of, like a broadcast seed of grass. It's a challenge, but it'll come. But yeah, look at Al Copper. Just like, it's almost like nobody's on him right now. He knows exactly what I want him to do, but if I want to do something different, he would respond to that. It's fun watching it in this way. Just head bobbing and ears up, and Hondo's helping out. It's really a nice way to move cattle or even just get a picture of what's happening out in these pastures. There's where a tree fell down the previous year. And those popular trees, when they die off, the branches just shatter and they leave little branches everywhere. But I appreciate you watching all my videos. If it's something you like, however you're watching it, try to give it a thumbs up, because it not only helps me, it helps yourself to, the almighty YouTube algorithm will suggest more videos like this for you. Not saying they always get it 100% right, but it's kind of a mutual benefit for yourself too, to get the videos in there that you like. If this is something you do like, I do appreciate you subscribing to these videos, and I do have some information down below. You can kind of see my website and all that stuff. But I hope it's something you enjoy. I just thought it'd be a nice, relaxing ride of kind of doing these video journals for myself, but able to use the video part. Just a nice little ride through the pasture, getting the cattle off. Now I'll close this, what I fixed up behind me, and then these cattle were off this for, well, they recently were on it. They're back off that lower pasture now that I was just through. And so it was rested for a good 6 weeks, and now it's resting again until next year. But appreciate you watching, and happy trails.